I'm going to have an inbox preview look at this kit here, which is the 148 scale Italeri F-86E Sabre. We'll have start by looking at the box here. Shows our information here. We've got the kit number is 2799 and our artwork. And down here we have the marking schemes on the decal sheet here, which is the German, American, Italian, I think this is, and Canadian subject. It's also officially licensed product by Boeing, which is actually kind of a neat little hologram they have on there. And then we'll go around the side of the box, give us some information on the aircraft, and then we have the decal sheet showing us what it's going to look like, and our artwork on the other side. And then here's the subjects once they're made up. This is what the decals should look like. So there's one camouflage and the others will be in like the bare metal scheme, I guess. So we'll open it up and we'll have a look and see what's inside here. This one's just held together with the stickers, so. Okay. So we have our instructions here. We'll start by looking at them, and then we'll look at the decal sheet. So we've got our information here. Actually, this paper, like this is a newer release, and this paper is actually kind of different than their old paper. It's a little more glossy, a little kind of like more of like a high quality paper than the normal Italeri stuff. So here's our information on the aircraft, and then it's showing us our sprues here, and it's giving us our color callouts here, which they're calling for the Federal Standard colors and then the Italeri paint line colors. And then looks like we got pretty simple steps here for the cockpit. Looks like decals for the cockpit, and then our fuselage there, and it mentions about adding the weight there, our wings. Each step seems pretty basic. This one might have a little bit of work in it for the landing gear, and our cockpit there, our drop tanks being fitted. So overall pretty simple. And then we actually have full color paint guide here, which is actually really nice, really easy to see. I'm guessing that's why they the change of paper, I'm guessing so that they can do full color on here. And we'll check the others, which is an American one here from 1957. It's actually quite nice looking aircraft. It's New Jersey Air National Guard. We have an Italian aircraft from the same 1957. And lastly, we have the Canadian subject from 1952, and it looks like it's stationed in England. Number 410 Squadron, which is kind of nice looking there. And we will have a look at the actual decal. The decals look really nice. They're glossy, but they look pretty sharp. And the carrier film might be a little bit heavy, but there's not too much of it on there. And our German stuff here, like, it looks really good. The way that I like that they've done this, and you don't have to add those later. And the red here, really vibrant. The Canadian subject, which is probably the one I'm gonna do. And then our basic stencils. They all look really great. very sharp. And it looks like if we get close, I'm not sure if it'll show up there, it looks like they are like actual words in that. It's not just like made to look like writing like some companies do. And then our instrument panel here. So yeah, it looks really good. The decal sheet looks awesome. We'll go into the kit now. We'll open it up. So everything is in one, basically in one big bag here. We'll do the glass last. Oh, the panel lines look really nice on this one. Pretty sharp panel lines. I know this is an older kit. I'm not sure if it's an Esky kit. It's probably an Esky kit, but I don't know if it's been retooled or anything, but the panel lines are recessed and they're really sharp. Really decent looking. And then inside our air brakes, you actually do have some detail in there, which is pretty good. Some of these panel lines actually are kind of soft. I'm not sure how well it'll show up, but it looks like you'll have to go over them again, like right here where they didn't mold properly. Because this has probably been like molded so many times over its life. And I'm just trying to see if this is, yeah, this one doesn't suffer from that. This one looks pretty sharp there. And the sidewinders are pretty poor. I mean, maybe if you wanted to do like a training sidewinder or something, but I would definitely replace these. And we'll flip it over. And naturally there's nothing in the cockpit because we have the decal for that. But actually the inside of the air brake is detailed in there too, so that's pretty nice. They could be left open. And nothing on the inside. And we'll move on. And here's our landing gear well. And the so I'm guessing you could have this like the aircraft, the landing gear closed. So I believe you cut that section out there. But it's very detailed inside. In the wheels. The wheels look highly detailed. Same with like the stick here. And I guess that's a little tiny burner can here. And yeah, it does, I think it does, if I'm not sure if it'll show up, but it does have a little bit of detail on the inside. It's not just empty. There are some sink marks here. Not a big deal. And our seat, the seat looks, I'm not sure once you put this on it, like how accurate it is. I don't know what a Sabre seat really looks like. It's kind of weird how they have this, like this arm goes off to the side for the headrest. So I can't say whether that's really good or not, but that's the seat anyways. At least it has belts on it, which is nice. And then we have more covers here, and the landing gear looks good. And then our guns here, and they are all open. The tailplane. The tailplane is interesting because it has raised, actually has raised details. They're not recessed. That's really strange. Why the whole aircraft is recessed except for the tailplanes. Very strange. And then the other landing gear, they look really delicate in here. We'll flip it over. So there's no detail inside the guns or anything, so you couldn't really have them open. But the landing gear, they look really highly detailed. And our wing here, so okay, so if you want to have the other pylons, you will have to open them up. But yeah, this is yeah, all this is recessed, really nicely done. You can see all the panel lines on there. It's just except for the tailplane. Really interesting how they did that, or why they did that. I don't know if it was retooled at some time and they just forgot to do that, or what. And we'll move on to the last sprue here. The wings look really good. You can see the amount of detail on them. and the drop tanks. And the way the drop tanks are shaped there. And then here's our rails here for the Sidewinder and the wheels, because this is actually quite a late Sabre, so it may have Sidewinders. And then here's our intake. So I guess you get the decal to go in there, which is just black, but you could probably just open it up from the back there and it would look perfectly fine. And our pylons have raised detail also. I wonder why they chose to do it that way. But here's our wing, and I'm guessing this is a very distinct, like the little tube here. I believe it's a pitot tube on there, and it's the way it's kinked off there is quite unique. It's not. I'm sure it's not just bent from the from being bashed around or anything. So, but yeah, everything looks nice. All the recessed details look really nice. They might be a tad shallow here and there, but they look pretty good. And also considering the age of the original kit. And now last we will go into the glass. And the glass it's got a little bit of wobble to it because it's very hard to make that shape, that bubble shape, but it's really nice. It's got that kind of stuff in there. I'm really not sure what this is, if it's some kind of a breakaway for ejecting or not. I really don't know why it's the way it is, but they are molded in there. I'm assuming that's proper for this variation. Then our glass here, you can see it's quite clear. It is clear enough. And the details are raised on they're actually really sharp, so making a mask, cutting out a mask yourself shouldn't be any problem. Then here's a couple other pieces. I'm guessing they go underneath the canopy there. Probably one's open and one's closed or something like that. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's quite interesting. Like the glass seems to be alright. So it looks like it's a pretty good kit. I mean, for the money, it looks alright. It should build up alright too. And this is the 1/48 scale Italeri F-86E Sabre. And thank you for watching.